to Life of the Party. Thank you everyone for being here. This is my show. I'm Amy Chamberlain. I am chef and owner of the Perfect Wife Restaurant and the Other Woman Tavern. Here on Life of the Party, the object of the game is to pull recipes out of friends and family that are very popular at potlucks. The one we're doing today is with Amanda Morris, slippery chicken and spicy cucumber salad. I don't know if I've had it at a potluck, but it's definitely what you pray she makes when she invites you over for dinner. You ready, Amanda?
I'm ready.
Come on up. Hi. Hi, Amanda. So, on this portion of our show, we get to know our guest a little bit better. Amanda and I have been friends since high school. We went to Burr and Burton together, and we played on a Vermont State Championship field hockey team.
Did we win tennis?
Not with me.
I don't think we did.
played tennis together, but I was the demise. I was the one with the black eye.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was tragic.
But Amanda and I rented an apartment together with another friend of ours, and when we rented that apartment, we had some rules. And Amanda, do you want to remind me what the rules were?
My mom's in the audience.
Hi, Mom. Maybe she had the same rules when she was 20.
I hope so. We had to have a mag of red, a mag of white, a 12-pack of beer, and a carton of Camelites.
At all times.
At all times.
So the respect for each other was that if you finished it, you replaced it immediately.
Exactly.
We all worked very hard. We all had 2 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a great time. So that's the way to keep a good friendship going.
Absolutely.
And
Here we are.
5 years later.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah, sorry. So you worked at the Dorset Inn when we were roommates,
Yes.
and you were in the restaurant business. Obviously, you've come from a family that is steeped in tradition of cooking.
Yes.
And this tradition of cooking and these experiences have led you to have your own business.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I own Rachel's Gourmet Foods, and this year is my 15th year. Which is great. And yes, a lot of my food comes from growing up in a big family with a lot of, we always were around the island cooking, and we had to be at the table at 6 o'clock, and we always had adventurous foods. We were always exposed to great food, and so we're all really good cooks. So.
Yes, I will vouch for that. We always want Amanda to cook, for sure. A few other questions I have and get to know you. The tradition of your family has gone so far as a cookbook being written of recipes submitted by family members. Can you show us that?
Yes, we have a family cookbook, and this was comprised by my mom, and it's basically a compilation of all of our family members submitting them and making a great, beautiful cookbook out of it. And she just told me that we're making a new one. So we have to get started again.
Yeah, right. All new recipes.
All new
from
recipes.
New family members.
And
all the
you have
family girls.
yours?
Yes, I do. My cover is not quite as
Fancy.
but my grandmother made a cookbook for all of us, and she individualized it for everyone. This is a picture of my grandma, Hannah. She's 97 years old. And this is my cookbook, The Chef. And there's pictures of all of us and all of her recipes, which are great. And it's fun that we both have family cookbooks and we both feel so deeply rooted in traditional family recipes.
Yes.
Mine are mostly German, and you can't whip them up like you can the slippery chicken. But they're the Christmas
Oh, we have a
cookies
lot
are-
of really complicated ones
Yeah.
as well.
In addition to cooking and running your business, you do a few things on the side. And what are those things?
Well, I'm a tap dancer, and we have this great 12 women in this community that are tap dancing, and we do a recital every year with all the little kids at the Arts Center on stage. So These lights are about as bright as they are at the Art Center. Yes.
You're wearing a little bit more.
I am. I'm wearing a little bit more than I would on the tap dancing
Well, next
stage.
time you're on the show, I want you to wear a tap dancing gear.
That would be not appropriate.
I'll wear one too.
Okay.
All right.
It'll be a
fun.
new show.
The Hooters episode. I have to get some new ones.
Me too.
The lack of Hooters.
Yeah, the lack of Hooters episode.
So, a question I ask all of my guests. I just like to find out how emotionally stable you are. You're cooking something. You've been in the kitchen all day with your family, and you've all been rustling around and getting the food in the oven, and you have 30 of you there. You're pulling something off the stove or out of the oven, and you've spent all day on it, and your cousin walks by you and bumps into you, and you drop it on the floor. What do you say? Thank you. Now we know she can let go. She's not holding anything in.
Let's get pizza.
That's a good one. Well, Amanda, we're going to start cooking slippery chicken.
Great.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All
Let's
right,
go.
let's go. Here we are in the kitchen, and it's time for you to show us how to make slippery chicken.
Okay. Let's start.
Okay.
So we are going to take 4 breasts, whole breasts, and cut them up into thin slices. And so I'm going to start doing that. And while I'm doing that, Amy, you are going to take the egg whites.
4 egg whites.
4 egg whites.
4 tablespoons of cornstarch. And whisk
And
that
whisk it
together.
up.
And it actually does get smooth when you whisk it. I thought that would never get smooth. But
Okay.
it's getting smooth.
So you take your chicken and you cut it into thin strips.
And notice how Amanda is going like this and then this. And I thought that was really neat because it makes the chicken not these big long strips that, you know, you're going to get it all over your dress. You can't get it in your mouth.
It's a very fork-friendly dinner.
I love that. It's very considerate of you to cut it like that.
Well, when someone's sitting on your couch and they're trying to balance a plate with a knife, it's not fun to watch. So we've got all of our chicken here,
Voila.
and we're going to
Put it in here?
put it in the mixture. And I'm going to take that.
All right. And then I'm just going to use my hand.
And this is normally when I use my hands. Very nicely done.
Thank you. I practiced. This has
Okay.
become the Perfect Wife staff's favorite meal, Amanda, just so you know.
Oh, good. We did a
right.
trial run at the Wife the other night.
Okay, so normally you're going to let that sit for a while, right?
Yes, and you can actually do it overnight and put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate. And also you can cook the chicken prior to, which we had to do as well for so many people.
And while you're cooking that, I'm going to make the sauce that we'll pour it into.
Okay.
Pour into the chicken, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to take this away.
Notice Amanda's wok is very hot and ready to go.
This is a very old wok. This is almost 40 years old. It belongs to my mom. And this is the only dish she will make slippery chicken in. The only wok. With the handle, notice, the hippie little handle. 39 years old, wedding present. And the probably 30-year-old spatula to go with it. So this is part of the tradition of the whole thing. And this is too hot. Okay. So you're going to start on the sauce, and I'm going to start on this.
Okay. So Amanda stir fries the chicken in the wok in a couple of batches. And once all the chicken is cooked, she puts the chicken back in and adds this sauce to it. And the sauce is made up of 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. I feel like Rachel Way whenever I do this part. 8 tablespoons of dry sherry or wine, and since we didn't want to drink sherry while we cooked, we decided on using wine. 8 tablespoons is a half a cup because there's 2 tablespoons to an ounce, so that means it's 4 ounces, which means it's a half a cup. So you don't have to measure out 8 tablespoons. 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Let's go the other way.
It's also really important that you use, a good amount of oil to make sure that the chicken doesn't get too brown. You kind of want it to have like this white paste around it, not necessarily brown.
That's the slipperiness of it.
That's the slipperiness.
It really is slippery. You're going to love it. 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. 2 tablespoons of chili paste with garlic, which is right
the
here.
most important ingredient. That comes in a container like this.
And today we were discussing it in my kitchen at work. There's something called sambal oelek, which looks a lot like this, but in fact sambal oelek has no garlic in it. It is simply chili paste. It basically has all the same ingredients but no garlic. So you want to make sure you get chili paste with garlic, or chili garlic paste.
Yes, because garlic is a must, especially in our household.
And then we have a slurry of 2 tablespoons of cornstarch mixed with 2 tablespoons of water.
Okay, so what are we?
Oh, I will get you something to put that on.
Okay, so we've got 1 batch almost completed. We're going to put it in a bowl so we can mix the sauce in it.
Oh, okay. See, I thought that we did this.
And when you're using the wok for the chicken, sliding it up into the sides just so that it doesn't get turn into like a cake because of the cornstarch and the egg. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about? What else are we going to talk about?
Well, let's talk about some other family recipes. Do you have any? Tell me about the salad, Amanda. Tell me about the Midhoffer salad. First of all, I have to preface this conversation by I catered Amanda's cousin's wedding, and they had the Midhoffer salad. And no one was really sure who was going to make it because it's all organized, but the day comes and everyone's everywhere else. And so Sam decided to make the Midhoffer salad dressing. And it didn't turn out exactly as planned because he had to make enough to feed 150 people. So I watched intently to try to figure out what goes on with that Midhoffer salad, but as it turns out, it wasn't the right time to watch. So tell me, Amanda.
Well, it's another family recipe, and it's basically another tradition that you make it in a wooden salad bowl, and you can't make it in anything else. You basically have to crush the garlic into the bottom of the bowl and add all your ingredients, and your bowl gets so saturated, everyone in our family has one, and your bowl gets so saturated with the dressing and the garlic and the oil that every time the salad dressing comes out perfect. And everyone in our family, and that's in our cookbook, has altered it in some way, shape, or form. So you never know when you go to someone's house what you're gonna get their dressing, their particular dressing. So another family tradition.
And it's always delicious. And at the wedding, all the Midhoffers brought their salad bowl. So every table had a wooden bowl with a Midhoffer salad in it. It was so cool. Such cool stuff going on with this family. And I'm so excited to be learning this and other recipes.
Okay, so we are
just going to finish
off the chicken. And I hope I'm doing this up to standard. I'm a little nervous.
Getting a thumbs up from Meg.
Oh, good. And it's very important that after I make this slippery chicken, that I clean the wok immediately and oil it up, because it will.
Yeah, pretty well seasoned after.
It's very well seasoned. It actually held up pretty well to that.
Yeah, it's a good steel wok.
Okay. So actually, what we can do, Aim, is now that we've done it, we can pour it in here. Okay. So what we're going to do is finish this batch, and then we put everything back into the wok and cover it and let it simmer up and gather, the juices inside the chicken, and it'll get a little bit thicker with the cornstarch, and so it just goes nicely putting it over rice and with the cucumber salad on the side.
So while the chicken is simmering, Amanda is going to show us how to make this spicy cucumber salad, another wonderful recipe from the family cookbook. We'll be right back. So Amanda, the chicken has been simmering, right?
Yes.
The sauce has thickened.
Yes, it has.
It's gorgeous. So now it's time to take the chicken out of the wok and add the spinach to the wok and steam the spinach.
Correct.
While I do that, you can show them how you make your spicy cucumber salad.
Okay. So in the traditional recipe, which we have for everybody, it normally, you can do it a couple different ways. In my family, we take all the skin off, cut it in half, core out the inside of the seeds, and then cut it into like half moons. What Amy and I changed, which you can see maybe on the monitor, is we left the seeds in and just did a little bit of, oops, just a little 5 kind of alternating so you get some color. This is,
Back in
where'd you get this cucumber?
That drawer over there. Back in 1977, they didn't have those European burpless cukes, right?
No. So
I don't know, I wasn't born yet.
Either with seeds or without. It's, you can do whatever you want. So then basically we're going to again cut it down the middle. And just kind of do a little however funky way you want to make it. It's my knife.
It's your knife.
And throw it in the bowl. And we are going to use white wine vinegar, Tabasco, sesame oil, and soy sauce.
And tell me, Amanda, what you told me in the kitchen, why it's so awesome that you can serve spicy cucumber salad with the slippery chicken.
Because they're almost the same ingredients. You
How
only have to
cool is
buy
that?
like 4 things.
But you already have them more than likely.
Exactly.
Right?
So the traditional recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, and then half or a quarter to half of Tabasco. Depending on how spicy you like it, which if you were my brother, you'd put this whole bottle on it, but you can kind of alter it to the way you want to taste it. This is a little bit on the spicier side. That's how I like it. I think it goes better with the whole meal. So you can kind of judge, but we're going to go traditional on this one right here. Okay, so we're going to do 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Oh, and the other thing too is I prefer less sodium kikkoman. It's just lighter. That's why it's up here.
This whole recipe is awesome because you can make it tangier or
Yeah, just
spicier or
depending on your guests.
slipperier.
Slipperier. 2 teaspoons of sesame.
I think this recipe calls for a couple of bags of fresh spinach.
Yeah, it shrinks down quite a bit, and if you're veggies like I am.
I love spinach. That's
Sauteed
why I
spinach.
brought my 3-pound bag. Can't have too much.
Okay, Tabasco. And
So I made some jasmine rice to go with this. You can make any kind of rice you want. I also made some fried rice in case there's anybody here that's a vegetarian. Because when you crack those eggs and you use the whites in the slippery part of the chicken, you have 4 egg yolks left. So I just cooked them in a pan and added them to rice.
which I love that idea, by the way. We
Thanks.
should think about that.
Yeah, I just added to
You
the
added to the
middle.
Minover family recipe.
Are there any vegetarians in your family?
You're already a part of the family anyway.
Almost.
No, there aren't a lot. I don't think there are any vegetarians in our family.
That would be tough.
Okay, so With the cucumber salad, it's really great if you make it the day before. Stick it in the refrigerator, let it marinate overnight. It just is all the flavors pop out. So there we are with that.
And here we are with this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to steam this one little bit more.
Okay.
We don't fret. We have twice as much as that in the oven waiting for you, along with my fried rice. You want to grab the fried rice?
I'd love to.
It's in the warming drawer. You might need a towel. I'm not sure how warm I made the drawer.
Do you want to put it here?
Here or there, yeah. And it looks pretty, doesn't it? I mean, what a presentation. Looks like you slaved over it.
I feel like we did.
Fun stuff. That was so easy.
And it actually is good. It's really good for a large amount of people because you can, again, make the chicken beforehand. Just saute it and to make the marinade and then toss it in the wok last minute. And you're ready to go.
Awesome. That doesn't look terribly appetizing, but I'll...
Yes, it does.
I need some scallion greens. But there. I used Ming Tsai's traditional Mandarin fried rice recipe, which has no peas in it. That's an American bastardization, FYI.
Okay.
So here we are. We have our slippery chicken with wilted spinach, spicy cucumber salad, jasmine rice, fried rice. We're ready to go. Thank you, Amanda, so much for giving me a bigger glimpse inside of the Mithofer family and the traditions, and for teaching me the slippery chicken and the spicy cucumber
You're
salad.
welcome. I had a great
I'll
time.
make it for you sometime.
Okay, good.
So thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you out there, studio audience. And thank you in TV land. We'll see you all next time on Life of the Party.
You spilled your glass, you never take the blame. It all ran down your shirt.